It's the biggest cover-up of the 21st century. There's something we're not allowed to see. What are these women hiding?
It is my professional doctor opinion that women have nipples on the middle of their breasts.
Yes, nipples. You may have seen them before on men.
So why are women's nipples forced into hiding?
This is Lena. Lena doesn't think her nipples should have to be hidden.
The nipple's been hidden for so long in network television and in magazines or like normal American media that now that it's just like peeking out for a minute, people are freaking out. Free the Nipple, it started as an idea for a film that I directed. I wanted women to go topless in New York City to challenge the censorship laws for equality.
After Lena started shooting in 2012, it became clear that the controversial topic would make the film hard to complete. Eager to spark change, Lena launched Free the Nipple as an equality campaign in 2013. Before long, celebrities like Scout Willis and Miley Cyrus were jumping on board.
Why does this picture have to be blurred when I can show this pic that I posted on Instagram, full nipple?
Free the Nipple is supposed to be engaging, the title, and funny, but the real conversation is about equality. This is what we had to do in order to pave a way for equality to be talked about. There's no way the wheels will be turning unless something was going to spark it, something controversial, and that was Free the Nipple.
But is the rest of America ready for this onslaught of lady nipples? I hit the streets of LA with Lena to find out. Nipples? Nipples, anyone?
How would you react if women were allowed to walk around topless?
I would be like, I can't take my eyes off of them.
So do you stare at men's nipples too when they walk around topless?
No, dude, definitely not.
And everyone likes to see a naked woman. I think it would cause a lot of attention, probably distractions.
Women are more sexual than men.
Why can't guys do it? Women can't do it?
Because they're guys, it's different.
We have the same body parts. Yeah, it's nipple.
But they have, the boobs, it's inappropriate.
Women's are more softer and like breasts. Some nice boobs,
Right?
Cheeks. I like cheeks.
Boobs, nipples.
Clearly, many people believe that women's nipples are inherently sexual. But it wasn't that long ago when men's nipples were considered taboo as well. In 1934, actor Clark Gable sparked national controversy by being the first man to appear topless in a major motion picture. And it wasn't until the late 1930s when it started to become acceptable for men to go topless on the beach.
Men weren't allowed to be topless. They were supposed to wear a one-piece suit, and they were charged $1 each every time they were going topless. And they got tired of it, so they started rallying, and now men have that right.
And now that men have had that right for decades, no one seems disturbed by their nipples.
Do you often walk around topless, or do you feel like some people might be offended by nipples? You don't feel like people are gonna come and be like, oh, he's totally asking for it. I can do whatever I want to his body.
No.
No? Don't you feel like it's distracting? Like people see you and then they can't do anything else?
What do you mean?
Well, because you're topless.
Yeah, but everyone does it. Like, this guy's topless.
Topless men were everywhere. But if you look for topless women in a city like LA, there's really only one type of place you'll find them. Even though it's technically legal for women to be topless in most states, restrictions from local municipalities and businesses have relegated topless women to sexual environments. And the same thing is happening online. Until very recently, Facebook and Instagram had a very strict no female nipples policy. Thanks to feminist activism, they've since loosened those restrictions to allow photos of women who have had a recent mastectomy or are breastfeeding. But a lady nipple just hanging out, well, that's just downright pornographic.
And if porn is the only place where we do see topless women, no wonder we have trouble overcoming how women are constantly being objectified.
Once the change is normalized, you won't have to deal with this anymore. But everyone has to be up for this initial shock. A guy told me once, he's like, if you're gonna be topless, I can't stop looking at them. It's gonna be like sexual things. And I'm like, well, what if I'm sitting in front of you for about 5 hours topless? Aren't you gonna get tired of looking at them? Maybe that's what America needs.